afternoon. If you're watching this on replay, thanks. I am Kathleen Dames. Hello. And I'm going to talk to you guys today about Quadrille, which is the blue sweater I just showed you. And I'll hold it up again. So I'm working on a quadrille. Hello everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to talk today about Quadrille. This is the original sample that was in, hold on, Interweave Knits. Thank you. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. So it was in the winter issue of Interweave Knits, and in this beautiful cobalt. Hi Varian, hi Anne, hi Loopy Lily. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Kathleen Dames. I'm a knitwear designer here in New York City. KathleenDames.com, at Kathleen Dames, most everywhere. On Ravelry, I go by Pearly. That's my username, P-U-R-L-Y. I love being friends over there, so please friend me. Follow me on all the usual social media outlets. So I'm working on a version of Quadrille for myself in this beautiful yarn. This is Yarn Love Yarn, Amy March DK, and Katie dyed it in the beautiful cranberry colorway for me. The original was in Madeline Tosh. Let's see what my tag says. Right, Tosh DK in cobalt. And this is a very tiny version. It looks great on the pretty model who was in the magazine. It is not big enough for me. So that's why I'm knitting a sample for myself, because I'm getting ready to self-publish the pattern now that I have the rights back. Generally, when you do a pattern for a magazine, they have the rights for a year. If you are dying to get the pattern now, you can buy it from Interweave. You get their version of the pattern, and they often have sales. So if you're looking for a bargain, that's the way to go. Interweave/shop, interweave.com/shop, I think. You can check my website. I'm pretty sure I have a link to the pattern over there on the patterns page. But because I am a self-publishing designer as well, I also was an art director in a former life in book publishing. I have all the skills, the mad skills, to publish this myself. So, and I like this design a lot, and I want one for myself. Even if I weren't going to self-publish, I think I would have knit a second for myself. So I thought today I would tell you a little bit about the inspiration for this, though, because when I originally proposed the sweater, I was inspired by this beautiful, I can't even back up anymore, old vest that had been my grandmother's. I just loved this hollow oak cable, but it's a boxy, let's see if I can raise. This is Lady Jane, my model. Let's see if I can. Oh, I can't raise it up anymore. Sorry guys, technical difficulties today. Jane is wearing the vest. It is boxy. It is not fashion. Well, I don't know if it's not fashion forward. It is not also particularly flattering on my shape anyway. But I loved it. My grandma brought this back from Ireland. I'm going to take it off here so you can see the tag, because I just adore this. It's from the Knitting Needles of Orlena Boyer. Grandma and Grandpa bought this when they went to Ireland. My grandfather was Irish. My grandmother was not, but she loved this and the wooden buttons and everything. So anyway, I loved this cable, and I thought I wanted to do something with it that was more figure flattering and modern. And I think Quadrille fits the bill. Originally, when I proposed it, it was named Catherine, but now it's Quadrille in the magazine. They had another pattern named Catherine. So this lovely trellis pattern on the sleeves, trellis on the front, and then the very pretty hollow oak cables down the sides. Hi Natalie, thanks for joining us. So that was the inspiration, and I love that I get to have something that makes me think of my grandma while I'm working on it and when I wear it in the future. She passed away five years ago now, and so it's nice to have something to remember her by. And I do have some other patterns that are reminiscent of various family members. There's a great knitted tie pattern called Dennis, that's for my dad, and a beret called Jean that my mother specifically requested. We went and bought the yarn together. She said, I want this beret like this, and so I designed that. I don't usually do hats, but I have a couple of hat patterns. And Jean you can find for free on my website. If you go to KathleenDames.com and search for Jean Beret, it will come up. So that's where I'm at. I'm almost finished with sleeve 2. Sorry for the clanking noise. That was the needles on the tripod. So almost done with sleeve 2, and then I will be able to join them together. So the body, rope, body, sleeve. Sleeve 1, which you may recall was sort of my secondary gauge swatch. Thank you for the hearts. Reminder that replay viewers can also give hearts. So I'm very excited that I'm about to get to the super fun part of knitting a sweater, for me anyway. When you bring, I do seamless sweaters for the most part, and this has a raglan yoke, which means these angled lines, you can see this lovely, nice angled line that brings the sleeve fabric and the body fabric, decreasing it, brings it together to shape the top of the shoulders. And there's always a lot going on. You're keeping all your cables going, you're doing shaping for a raglan every other row. And then on this one, we raise the back of the neck a bit so that it sits higher on the back of the neck. And so that's just a lot of fun, and it also means I'm really close to the end. And then I will be able to block it and wear it, maybe even for FO Friday this week. And it'll be a better FO than my semi-FO of Bannock, who still needs her hooks and eyes sewn on. Right now I'd rather be knitting than getting out sewing thread, and you have to do each one individually, and I think there are 7 sets of hooks and eyes, so that's 14 little individual sewing with thread because the hooks are really tiny. This is not one of those things that you can attach with the yarn that you've knit the sweater. So that's what I am working on. I don't know what you guys are working on this Monday. It's a beautiful day here in New York. Fall is finally here. If you follow me on Instagram, which you can do, I'm at Kathleen Dames. On Instagram, I posted a picture from my morning walk/run. There's a tree that's like reddish, orange, yellow, green, the whole autumnal spectrum, and that was in Morningside Park where I went for my exercise, and I couldn't resist posting a picture. Most of the park is still green. There's some yellow. These spectacular, colorful trees, I think, are waiting a little bit longer. And I'm looking forward to, there are 2 maples on Columbia's campus that always turn bright red. And they're now sort of known as the Instagram trees because everyone just stops to take a picture and posts it once they turn red. So I guess they're sugar maples, right? Those are the ones that turn the really vibrant color. So that is what I'm working on, getting Quadrille finished so I can publish it for you. You can find all of my designs on Ravelry, where I'm Kathleen Dames. You can also find them through my personal page where I am Purly, P-U-R-L-Y. And I saw a very cherry pink tree the other day. Oh, wow. So the leaves had actually changed to pink, like a bright, I think I know the kind of tree you mean. I can't think of what it's called, but those bright colors. It is fun when the leaves change here in New York. I'll have to get over to Central Park at some point once the leaves are fully, and doing their show, because Central Park is amazing. It looked totally fake. I'm sure it is amazing when you find those special trees. That's kind of what the trees on campus that I was talking about are like, the Instagram trees. So, so I guess I have my to-do list for projects for this week. I will be finishing up Quadrille. Yay, the fun part, the yoke, bringing it all together and turning it into a sweater that will actually sit on your shoulders and fit your body. That is the exciting part. And then I have got to make myself do the hooks and eyes because I'm excited for Bannock. She's very pretty. The yarn is lovely, and Karen at Seven Sisters Arts says she will be getting, she's waiting for the batch of wool from the mill, and will be dyeing next month. A friend of mine actually just did a special order with her to get some of that in the beautiful white buffalo colorway, which is like white and a little gray and little bits of turquoise, and it looks gorgeous. I can't wait to see it knit up. So if you're interested in that yarn, you should start stalking Karen's page. She also has a sale going on, I think. So that's Seven Sisters Arts. She is on Facebook, Instagram, all the usual places, but it's 7 spelled out. And then I think that's the main stuff that I'm working on. I need to do a photo shoot for Atlantic, which is a lightweight cardigan that's been in process for a while, and I'd like to get that out for you guys. I have a couple other patterns that had been previously published with Interweave Publications, like Interweave Knits. There's the big Ozark wrap, which is like a bulky wrap with a cool knit purl chevron pattern, and 3 kinds of I-cord. Is that right? 3? Yes. You cast on, you make an I-cord and you pick up stitches on the ladder in the back, which is a cool technique. And then you do integrated I-cord up the sides, and then you bind off an I-cord. So the whole thing is framed with this lovely trim, crisp I-cord, and it's a great pattern. You can get that on Interweave now, but I can't wait to publish it myself. But that means I need to find a day where it's not too warm, because it is a bulky wrap, and get some good pictures of that. And that's what's on my to-do list on this Monday, and it is, of course, to-do list day. I don't know about you guys, but I try to take the weekend off. I do knit on the weekends, but I try not to spend a whole lot of time on the interwebs. And I don't answer emails for the most part, unless you have a real emergency. And hopefully in that case, you go to my group on Ravelry, Kathleen Dames, and there are helpful people there who have knit some of my patterns, and they might be able to answer your question before I can get to it. So that is it for me today. I hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are, whether it's morning or afternoon. And if you're watching on the replay, thank you, thank you. Hearts, you can share, follow me. I'm on Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram. I am also on Facebook, Twitter. There are plenty others I know, and Ravelry. So Instagram and Ravelry are really where I like to be. So thank you, Anne. Hi, Slim Goody 33 Sonoma Knits. Thanks so much for joining us. I've just been talking about the inspiration for my quadrille pattern on Interweave that was published in Interweave Knits last winter. Hi. And this vest was the original inspiration. It was owned by my grandmother, and I've always loved this. It's called Hollow Oak, is this pattern. It's got seed stitch, it's got baubles, it's got a cable, it has all the good stuff. So I am knitting a sample for myself now to self-publish because the sample for the magazine is not my size. So that's just the way it goes when you're a knitwear designer. So this vest was knit by a lady named Orlena Boyer in Ireland. It is a vest. Here, I wanted to show you guys the label. I don't know if it's focusing. And that was the inspiration for this sweater, which is called Quadrille and was published in Interweave Knits Winter. It is like a 3/4 sleeve fitted raglan, and I am now knitting one for myself. And I will show you the body. It's done. Oop. And sleeve 1 is done and sitting on some waste yarn, and I'm almost finished with sleeve 2, so I'll be able to start the yoke, which is very exciting. So thanks so much, you guys. Put that there. You made a similar one for granddaughter. It took me a year. Oh my goodness. Well, we all knit at different rates. I've been knitting this one pretty quickly because I want it, and now that fall is here and it's getting to be sweater weather, I'm very excited. I enjoy summertime, but I have to say fall and winter, when I get to wear all the sweaters I knit all year long, is very exciting. So I also spent a little time this morning working on organizing my sweater drawer. When did I start this one? I'd have to go back and look, not long ago, a couple weeks maybe. I tend to knit quickly. I have been knitting more fingering weight sweaters of late, so I've gotten really fast. Yeah, so yeah, this should be done by the end of the week, barring unforeseen circumstances. So that's the story from New York City today. Like I said, I'm Kathleen Dames. I knit and design here. And I guess that's it for me today. Oh, I should say I'm wearing my Block Party, which is free on Knitty. You work from the bottom up in stockinette. It's fingering weight, and then the yoke is worked sideways. Here, let's see if you can see, with some short rows for shaping. Thank you. And it's got an integrated button band. It's pulling a little right there, sorry. So when you cast off, I think it's here. It's either here or here, one side of the button band or the other. When you cast off, all you have to do is weave the underarms together and weave in your ends and sew on your buttons. I love seamless sweaters. This does have a seam for the sleeves so that the gauge will match from the sleeves to the body because it's worked back and forth. Thank you for the hearts. This is a great sweater. This was on Knitty Spin actually last year, and it's on Knitty Spin because my friend Anne at Woolly Wonka did, she hand spun the yoke. So you can see the yoke is in hand spun yarn and the body is in her commercial yarn that she dyes, and she has color packs for this with fiber to spin for the yoke and regular yarn for the body. I think she also has a pack where she'll do coordinating skeins if you don't want to spin for yourself. So Block Party is free on Knitty, knitty.com, Slim Goody, and you can also find it if you go to my page on Ravelry. There will be links. You can click to see all of my patterns on Rav and go from there. And I believe there's a link on the Ravelry page, if not there, definitely on the Knitty page, to Woolly Wonka's shop where you're welcome, where she has yarn packs. She also has plenty of other gorgeous yarn. So I have another version of this sweater in a crazy sock yarn, like crazy multicolors, and then the body is gray. But we ended up deciding that sort of a more color blocky thing where and sort of more subtle muted version would be better. So that is my story today. It has been almost 20 minutes, so I should probably get going. Luckily, the street sweeper has not come by. That is often a problem and why I usually try to scope around 10:30 or so, but I can't always get myself organized and ready to face the video world by that point, but I still like to do it in the morning. So you can catch me 5 days a week. That is my plan, to scope every day for at least a little while. Wednesdays I usually talk about work in progress, techniques on Tuesday, Fridays are for FOs, Thursday and Monday, just kind of whatever. If you guys have questions that you'd like me to talk about, please feel free to send me, to tweet me or send me a message on Ravelry. Those are probably the easiest ways to get a hold of me. And on Ravelry, I am Purly, P-U-R-L-Y. We should be friends. You can join my group over there, Kathleen Dames Knitwear Design. And I think that's it for me today. Thanks so much for joining. Replay viewers, thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed this. And maybe tomorrow I'll talk a little bit about Marianne. I'm waiting for my copy for the new Jane Austen knits, but I will be blogging about it, about the inspiration for Marianne and all the little details that you may not see if you just go by the thumbnail on Ravelry. I like to put in a lot of fun knitterly details to my patterns. So today I'll be blogging about Marianne, and Wednesday I plan to blog about the Colonel Brandon sweater so that you guys can learn all about what I was working on. You saw Birthday Woodstock. Oh, Marianne, thank you so much. I really am happy with the way Marianne turned out. I was a little nervous when we ended up using Madeline Tosh Dandelion, which is a linen wool blend, and it's fingering weight, and my original proposal was for a worsted weight sweater, but I think it was a great yarn choice. I love the color, and there are lots of good details that I'd love to tell you all about. So visit the blog, which is at my website, KathleenDames.com, and all the usual stuff. Thanks so much, you guys, for stopping by, and I will see you tomorrow. Aww.